Good morning, America. This is Sir Daniel reporting from the Colonial News Now. I am reporting live from New York on October 10th, 1763, where the community is very excited to hear that we have won the war. But as it appears, King George has set down the proclamation of 1763, which declares that we cannot move any more west of our already small territory. And this is bad news for many farmers who have already claimed the land.
Good morning, this is Alyssa reporting from Colonial News Now. I'm reporting live from Boston on April 5th, 1764. Things are tense in Boston as the Sugar Act is in act. Parliament passed a modified version of the Sugar Act. The Sugar Act placed a tax on molasses, sugar, and other products imported into the American colonies from places outside the British Empire. It's a simple law called the Molasses Act. Colonists were not obeying this law because the taxes were too high. The British government did not try very hard to enforce it. The Sugar Act successfully reduced smuggling, but it greatly distributed the American colonies by increasing the cost of many important.
All right, executive revenue from the American colonies by imposing a stamp duty on newspaper and legal and chimerical documents. Colonial rules led to the acts of rebel in 1766 and helped encourage the revolution movement against the British Crown. The Stamp Act was passed by the British Parliament on March 22nd, 1765.
Good morning, this is Chance Buer reporting for Colonial News Now. I am reporting on the taxation of the colonies. When the British protected the colonies, they went in debt, so they put a tax on the colonies. This caused the colonists to revolt because they didn't believe that the taxes were right. They thought since they were part of Britain, they shouldn't have to pay for their protection. This was one of the intolerable acts that led to the American Revolution. This is Chance Buer reporting for Colonial News Now. Now we go over to Jose Ramirez.
Thank you, Chance. This is Jose Ramirez reporting for Colonial News Now. I'm reporting here from Boston, and things are getting tense as propaganda is going around from all the colonies. Propaganda is information to be used to promote or publicize a particular political cause or point of view. Propaganda was used to make all the colonies to join their side for war. An example would be Ben Franklin's propaganda, join or die. Great Britain and other colonies were involved with propaganda. The effect it had was it made everybody choose their side for war, and they died.
Good morning, this is Brandon Michael here reporting for Colonial News Now. Things are tense here in Boston as Ben Franklin, one of the most respected men in our colonies, goes to London to represent the colonies and tries to repeal the Stamp Act. This is important because Americans are one step closer to breaking away from British rule. This is Brandon Michael reporting for CNN. Have a great day, America.
Today is March 5th, 1770, and things are really tense here in Boston as a mob of American colonists in front of the Customs House in Boston started to taunt the British soldiers. Captain Thompson Preston, the commanding officer at the Customs House, ordered his men to fix their 6 bayonets and join the guard outside the building. The colonists responded by throwing snowballs and other objects at the British. The British got tired and shot out in the crowd just to scare them and ended up accidentally killing 5 people. The 5 people that got killed during this were Crispus Attucks, a freed black slave, Samuel Gray, a worker at Roebuck, James Cadwell, a mate on an American ship, Samuel Maverick, a 17-year-old male, and Patrick Carr, a feather maker. 6 others were injured.
This is Caitlin reporting for Colonial News Now on the Boston Tea Party. On December 16th, Samuel Adams, the Sons of Liberty, and other patriots boarded 3 tea ships and threw 342 chests of tea overboard. Some of them were reportedly disguised as American Indians. This protest has sparked the Revolutionary War. This is Colonial News Now signing off.
Good morning, this is Kyle Malash reporting for Colonial News Now. I am reporting live from Boston on the Intolerable Acts. The Intolerable Acts were the American Patriots' terms for a series of harsh laws passed by the British Parliament in 1774 after the Boston Tea Party. This topic related to the American Revolution because it was one of the major events leading to it. The people involved in this were Boston colonists being punished by King George III. The effect it had on the colonists was that Boston Harbor was closed until the people of Boston paid them for the tea they threw in the harbor. Thanks for listening.
Good morning. This is Ashton reporting for Colonial News Now. I am reporting live from Boston on the Continental Congress. The Congress introduced and settled the debate between the colonies as to whether they should declare independence or remain a part of Britain. Things are tense here in Boston as Georgia refuses to meet for the First Continental Congress on September 5, 1774. The convention called delegates from the 13 colonies to become the governing body of the United States during the American Revolution. This is Ashton Chase reporting for CNN. Thank you.
This is Chase Soltis reporting for Colonial News Now. I am reporting live from Boston on militias. These things are tense here in Boston as militias are being formed. This is Chase Soltis reporting for CNN. A militia is a group of volunteer soldiers fighting for rights. When Congress endorsed Soviet right resolves, the colonists form militias. People of Suffolk County are forming these militias. These militias made the colonists wonder if war was coming.
This is Holden reporting live for Colonial News Now on Minutemen. Minutemen are civilians that are more elite than militias but boast they can be ready at a minute's notice. Minutemen played an important role in the French Indian War. Minutemen groups consist of patriots who are willing to fight and die for freedom. Minutemen encourage people to fight for their independence.
Hello, this is Alex reporting live for CNN Colonial News Now. I am reporting live from Boston on the mighty and the rebelling patriots. Things are tense here in Boston as the 13 colonies are rebelling against their own country. Britain actually becoming and feeling like Americans, not being controlled by Britain anymore, and start making their own laws. With the patriots were Paul Revere, Samuel Adams, Ethan Allen, Patrick Henry, and finally Ben Franklin, who are often called the founding fathers of the United States. This is Alex reporting for CNN. Back to you, Zach.
Good morning. This is Zachary Putnam reporting for Colonial News Now. Paul Revere is heard to be riding from town to town warning us that the British are coming. I hope he warns everybody about this because that's the only way he can. I wish someone could help him. He will be out of breath soon. We can only pray now. I hope that everybody can be warned in time. So if you're watching this, get ready because the British they are coming.
Good morning to people of America. This is Braylon Blunt reporting live from Boston for Colonial News Now. Here in Boston, things get tense with all the news about the shot heard around the world. On April 1775, when British troops were sent to confiscate colonial weapons, they run into an untrained and angry militia. What's going on right now is the first revolutionary battle of Lexington and Concord. What a glorious morning is this, Samuel Adam, after hearing news of the Battle of Lexington and Concord. Now to you, Luke.
Good morning, this is CNN. In other news, Paul Revere has rode to Lexington and Concord where a group of British soldiers tried to disarm the militia.
Good morning, this is Amanda Watt reporting for Colonial News Now. I'm reporting live from Boston on the Battle of Bunker Hill. Things are unsteady here as 200 people were killed and 800 were wounded. Despite the name, the battle actually took place on Breed's Hill. The Americans fired first, however they were not victorious in the end. This war took place a few months after the Revolutionary War. The Americans were not fully prepared with enough ammo, leading to a defeat by the British. This is Amanda Watt. Thanks for listening.
Good morning, this is McKenna Thier reporting from Colonial News Now. I'm reporting live from Boston after the Lexington and Concord battle. Second Continental Congress included Sam Adams, John Adams, Benjamin Franklin, John Hancock, Patrick Henry, and George Washington. Things are tense here in Boston as they approved U.S. Constitution, which now the colonists are free from Britain. Thanks. On to you, Wyatt.
Good morning. This is Wyatt Blaster reporting for Colonial News Now. I'm reporting live from Boston on the Continental Army led by George Washington. Things are tense in Boston as the British have captured New York and West Point. American General Benedict has helped and betrayed us and joined the British Army, but the colonial troops responded by capturing Trenton and Yorktown. That's all. On to you, Sierra.
Good morning. I am Sierra, reporting live from Boston on the news of George Washington. Mr. Washington was a delegate from Virginia of the Second Continental Congress and the First. This is just in that George Washington has been chosen to be a general if a war will happen to break out with the British. George has also signed the Declaration of Independence. He has said, "If freedom of speech is taken away, then dumb and silent we may be led like sheep to the slaughter." There you have it. This was Sierra reporting to you live from CNN. Now on to you, Jarrett.
Good morning, America. Jarrett Bishop here reporting from Boston for CNN Colonial News Now. The Olive Branch petition was an attempt to avoid full-on war with the British and the colonists. It also states that they will pay taxes if they stay in government, but the king refused to read it.
Hello, I'm Victor Heringer from CNN Colonial News Now, reporting live from Boston with news on Thomas Paine and Common Sense. The release of Common Sense in 1756 was greeted with much interest, as many have wanted an argument against British rule, which the three-page pamphlet provides. With George Washington reading it to his troops surrounding Boston, it brings a sense of hope that comes with the truth and no sugarcoating. Soon we hope to see a rising in hope that we haven't seen for years. Once again, this is Victor Heringer for reporting for CNN Colonial News Now, signing off. Have a great day, and may the odds be ever in your favor.
Good morning, this is Jasmine Rice reporting for Colonial News Now. I am reporting in Philadelphia on the signing of the Declaration of Independence. This very important document is helping us, the American colonists, to branch off from the mother country, Great Britain. It has been officially signed by 56 delegates from all 13 American colonies. This is Jasmine Rice from Colonial News Now.
This is Harley Floss reporting live for CNN Colonial News Now. On the list of grievances, the third part of the Declaration, listing the complaints against the British government. The list of grievances is angering the British Parliament and all loyalists. Important people being involved are the Patriots and Thomas Jefferson, the author of the Declaration. The outcome of the grievances had a positive effect on the Patriots, and they now feel more united as Americans. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Cruz Miraz reporting to you from Colonial News Now. Things are becoming very serious here in Boston, and today I'll be talking about King George III. King George III had been in debt to the wars that he was involved with, and perhaps caused, but he also had a so-called great idea to tax the colonists. And he also decided that they don't even get to have a say in British laws. How unfair is that? But the worst part is he still felt that the colonists owed him for the rescue. Has he gone too far putting taxes on tea and paper, angering the colonists? Find out more next class.
Good morning. This is Brandon Martinez reporting for Colonial News Now. I'm reporting live for CNN on the city of Boston, Massachusetts. The city of Boston played an important role as it held the American Revolution and many other wars between the colonists and the British. Many colonists were involved in the city of Boston because of the boycotting. Also, Samuel Adams and Paul Revere were important men. Loyalists and British people were also involved because when they came to Boston from Britain, the effect the city had on the city of Boston was colonists, was American Revolution and the Boston Massacre, because both of this had the British fighting over the colonists.